The information that will be shared in this video, it's my understanding, my practice, but more important, my experience. So don't take anything that is going to be said here as the absolute truth. If you resonate with anything that is being said, you can put it into practice and let your experience determine the validity of what is being shared here. Having said that, enjoy this video. Hello, welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one I call it, What About Karma and Past Lives? Well, first things first. When we're pointing to non-duality, non-duality is literally the absence of anything that could be perceived. Is the isness, is what is, which has nothing to do with the seeming experience or human experience, has nothing to do with anything that is conceptual or could be perceived. It's simply what is. In that case, all questions, including all subjects, would be thrown out the window. Make no sense. If we talk about karma or past life, then the question is to whom that would be happening to. Now, within the dream, within the context of the dream, you could say that anything is possible, you see. So I am not discrediting or discarding anyone who may choose to believe in past lives or karma. Not at all. I respect and honor everybody's points of view. That's fine. I don't have to agree with some people's points of view, but that doesn't mean that I am saying that I am right and they are wrong or vice versa. This is just simply an exploration, a possibility to be considered that may have been overlooked. So, within the world of appearances, there are people who may, they suggest that they have had past life experiences and that have helped them to heal or whatever. And if that is the case, good for them. Again, I am not here to discredit or anything. What I'm pointing to, however, is that all we're remembering is that I am. The I amness, which is pure experiencing. And past lives or future lives for that matter, these are thoughts, you see, these are concepts. And these concepts can be used to distract from the essence of what is, you see. So we're not feeding here stories about anything of any kind, not even the story of this seeming me, you know, that seeming you. We're just simply resting in beingness. Now, if the concepts of past life might have helped you maybe to heal something because that was part of what needed to happen on your journey, that's fine. The problem comes when those concepts are used to generate fear and guilt. That's the problem. Meaning that, well, I am like this because in a past life, you know, or oh my God, if I wouldn't have done what I think I did in a past life, this would not have happened. You see, these are concepts that lead to suffering, to guilt, and to fear. And if the concept of past life is being used to feed that type of concepts, then I would suggest we'll be better off to forget about it. Because life happens, and there's no reason for anything to happen except that it's happening. This is what is pointing to here in these videos. That's how the guilt, the fear, the suffering is eradicated. So I never find reasons as to why. There's no why for anything. Why this is happening? Because it is. It's very simple. So in my case, I don't go any further than this. This is all there is, the experience. So that's why for me, I don't need to add stories to this. This is it. This is all there is to it. And life seems to be happening. And if I don't identify with the thoughts, then that's fine. Everything is okay. Everything is as it should be, as it is, you know. Not as it should be, it's as it is. No suffering. I'm not doing whatever I'm doing because something that, you know, whatever story the mind wants to conjure up. I simply see how life is expressing through this instrument, you see. And then, having taken care of that, let's talk about karma. Once again, same thing. If karma is used to generate guilt and fear, then the concept actually is not really useful at all. Now, the way I see karma is instant, you see. Is the consequence of an action which is immediate. For example, I want you to think of someone you love. Could be a child, could be a family member, a friend. It doesn't matter. I want you to think of that person right now, or that which you love, and tell me how you feel. You see? See, that's karma. It's instant. You see? You're thinking of someone you love. You're feeling that love or that sensation, whatever you want to call it. That's karma. You see? Now let's see if you can find someone. I hope you didn't, or you didn't have anyone you could not like, but let's say you find someone that you don't like and you feel not very kind feelings towards that person. Okay? Notice how you feel. You see? Could be anger, could be, resentment, it doesn't matter. Well, you see, that's karma. You're feeling those feelings towards that person, and the ones who's feeling the consequence of that, you see, is you. That's karma. And that's why it says that you receive what you give. So it all comes from me. If I'm in a place of peace, that's what I receive. Actually, that's what I am. Not even I receive, but that's just a play on words. But if I am experiencing distracting thoughts and I am feeding them with a story which is more thoughts, I experience the consequence of that. You see, that's karma. Because if I act in a particular way because of a story that the mind conjure up, which could be, well, in a past life I this, that, so now I have to pay for it. Or I'm being good because I want to clean up my karma, so in a future life, you see, I'm not really acting based on love, I'm acting in fear. You see? But if you don't believe your thinking, if you don't believe anything that you think, you're experiencing the direct experience of the karma, which in this case would be the peace that you are. So these videos, within the context of the illusion, we cannot talk about non-duality, even though if we may be pointing to, but in the end, let's stick with what is useful. In the concept that we seems to be living in, if I don't identify with the thinking, then life is fine. Yes, there will be pleasure and there will be pain. Yes, there will be all kinds of movements. Yes, there will be all kinds of thoughts. But I am the background, you see? I rest in the substratum, if that word exists. That's where I rest. And this is what we're pointing to here. Now, how your life will unfold, I have no clue. I don't even know how my life is going to unfold. But I don't feed it with stories. Stories about what I want to happen, stories of how things should happen, not even stories of what might have happened or what have happened. It doesn't matter. All that there is this moment, this ever-present experience of beingness. And the invitation in these videos, you see, without using the concept of non-duality, forget about that, The direction of these videos is to rest in the I amness. And life continues to unfold. You will do whatever you are supposed to do according to how that will be using that instrument called you. So life is living, is taking this character, this image, and is doing whatever is doing through it. That's why I am not the doer. And if you haven't seen that video, I suggest you watch it. I think it's the second one, which is entitled Do We Have Free Will? I suggest you watch that video. The link is in the description. And like always, may the peace permeate the mind so that love can be extended.